Hello, David Zaritsky for the Bond Experience. Welcome back. You know, from time to time, we love to highlight different artists, different creative individuals, and authors, because some of the authors are not the typical ones that you would imagine. It's not always the Raymond Bensons and the Ian Flemings. No, there are authors that really delve into the world of Bond. They immerse themselves in it and very often come up with some unique perspectives, images, visuals, inspirations. And at the center of it, all of it is constantly created through the passion. And this one I'm particularly excited to talk to you about. So here I go, about to butcher the French language. So, bonjour mon ami, comment allez-vous? That's the only high school French that I remember. But I'm going to try to read this, and for those of you that know how to pronounce these, play along at home, and feel free to correct me below, as I'm sure you don't need to be cajoled into doing. But this is a book that came to me from a friend of the community, is probably not doing it justice, but the gentleman's name is Laurent Perriot. And it may be that you don't say the T at the end, Perriot. And obviously co-authored by Guillaume, Evin, and we will talk about them specifically in a moment. But this is a pretty robust book. Now, it's not that big. It doesn't take a forklift to lift it up. But what I mean by robust is the contents of it are incredible. Now, I always approach these books, and I'm going to be totally transparent with you, in kind of an arched eyebrow. Is that an arched? Is that the Roger Moore arched eyebrow? Is it the Rock arched eyebrow? I don't know. But I usually say, okay, is it another one of these? ... And so it takes a lot to push through the filter, quite frankly, to get to a video like this. But truly, Laurent has done it. He's pushed back the filter because this is something unique and different. From a visual standpoint, the Bons Baisers du Monde itself is an incredible retelling, but embracing of the history of the James Bond franchise. I want to open this book because I can chat about it, but even in the beginning of this, I mean, take a look at what you see. I love the way the first experience is created, where it actually talks a timeline, because we even live as fans along a timeline of James Bond, and that's what this is. It's actually a historical and embracing timeline of so many things. Now, I want to show you something right off the bat. First of all, look at the beauty of this. I had to look at the beauty. Do you want to know why? Oh, did you forget what I said at the beginning of the video? I don't speak French. This entire book is in, of course, their native language, and it should be. I mean, Bond is a global language. The fact that I yammer away in English and unfortunately butcher every other language and pronunciation is just a factor of that we are a cultural and global world. But when I receive this, I'm thinking to myself, how am I possibly going to follow along? Well, that's it. You don't need to speak the French language to appreciate this. Does it help? Absolutely. But some of the visuals that you see here are absolutely stunning and unique. This was one of the first ones I opened to when I first received it, and I thought to myself, so we didn't just take the same old pictures, did we? No. Look at how unique and different behind the scenes. I mean, that is unbelievable with Terrence Young, obviously Joseph Weissman, and it goes on and on and on. It takes you through a very unique journey. That's the word I'm going to use. It is a visual and content journey through the world of Bond. And it's a mixture of both scenes as well as beauty of locations. There are so many incredible location moments in here. And by the way, I'm not going to do what you think I'm going to do. I'm not going to go through every page of this because I actually want you to see the book for yourself. I want you to experience the book for yourself. But I do want to show something. It goes well beyond the typical heritage view of James Bond. It goes into Spectre. And a lot of you out there are saying, but David, does it stop at Spectre? It doesn't. It actually also even jumps into No Time to Die. And what I thought to myself when I was looking at this is one of the few tombs, the few books out there that actually jumps into the world of No Time to Die that we have in our hands. If we had a movie that came out, maybe we'd have more. But for right now, this is kind of it. I'm not going to take you through too much again of the book because that would give some things away. But let me talk to you a little bit about the inspiration behind it. So you already know that since 1962, in his first mission to Jamaica on the big screen, the most famous secret agent in the world has tirelessly crisscrossed the globe. Which, by the way, megalomaniac bad guys regularly plan to destroy, but over the course of 25 episodes of film's longest running and longest running franchise, Bond has become that luxury VRP, never caught off guard, who feels at home everywhere in the most beautiful places on Earth, regardless of latitude and temperature. Through these 269 pages of unique cinematographic atlas, interspersed with anecdotes, rare photos, and detailed maps for each film, travel the planet in the footsteps of 007. And that's the amazing thing about this. This is truly an atlas of a travelogue. It not only takes you back to the movies, it takes you to the locations, these global moments that makes Bond part of what makes Bond. I mean, the tropes are the travel. It used to be that in 1962, travel was unique, and now they say that it's not. You know, traveling, you could just get on a plane, but we know in our current situation, nobody looks at travel the same way anymore. Nope, you do not. And you don't take it for granted. I miss travel. Last time I traveled was to Toronto in February, but I haven't traveled across the globe in some time. We crave it. We love it. This is a way to poke ourselves back into the footsteps and the locations of 007. And I also like the fact of supporting these two authors. And we don't often talk about purchasing or patronizing something out of the support of individuals, but take a listen to who these guys are. So Guillaume has been a journalist and author for nearly 20 years. He's a French specialist in the James Bond phenomenon. He's already published 6 books devoted to the universe of Agent 007, so good on him. And Laurent himself, well, he works in the audiovisual industry, but he's also one of the co-founder of the James Bond fan club in France in 1989. He goes back a little ways. He was the advisor and spokesperson for the official exhibition Designing 007, 50 Years of Bond Style in Paris in 2016, and an incredible, passionate fan and friend of the entire community. So the reality is this book really exceeded expectations. I thought part of the language barrier, a part of any kind of retread was going to be a barrier. It's not. It's not. I've actually gone through it about 3 or 4 times. I appreciate something new and different every single time. And that says a lot about this book. Anyway, we're going to put up the links because I think it's great. It's a great inspiration. It's a passion project that's actually come to life. And I know I and many others within the Bond community want to support things like this. So I'm probably going to flip through it again because it's motivated me to do that. I'll take a trip around the world one more time, James. And this has been David Zaritsky for the Bond Experience. We'll see you all real soon. Take care. Thanks for watching this episode. If you want to be up on the latest from the Bond Experience, just click on this subscribe and subscribe to our channel. You're going to get all the latest and greatest information, plus some exclusive content. And by the way, speaking of content, here's something especially for you, just because we know you. Talk to you soon.